FlossTube. My name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis, and this is my channel about cross stitch. Today is Sunday, April the 10th, and I do not know what number FlossTube this is. I guess I should write that down before next time. But just thought you guys hadn't seen my little weenie in a while. She's getting to be such a big girl now. She's over a year old, and yeah, she's our little bundle of joy. Look at her. She's like, what the heck, Mom? She's a good girl, though. She is my stitchy buddy. She sits next to me while I stitch and just keeps me company, and she's such a good girl. But I'm going to let her down now. So, oh my gosh, it has been so long. It's been way too long, like over a month, a little over a month since I've had a regular floss tube. The last thing I did was market recap, and that was great and fun, but I have been busy. I have been working a ton. I work a lot of 14-hour shifts, especially lately, just because of some staffing things going on. And so I do not get much stitching done on those days. On average, I've been working more than I normally do, which is fine, except it cuts into my stitchy time. I think I was telling someone, it's like, yay for my bank account, but boo for my stitching, which is true. But yes, I'm just grateful I have a nice job. So sorry if things are bumping a little bit now when you think she has to get situated here. Move, sis. Look, scoot out of that. Can't get on that wire. Come on, Winnie, move. Winnie. Oh my gosh, hold please. Hello, FlossTube. I am back. You probably didn't notice, but got a little chaotic in here. Winnie decided she wanted to lay down on my feet, which is completely normal, but there's a cord that runs by that makes everything fall or jiggle or move when you bump it. And as in everything, I mean the tripod and the light and the phone. So had kind of an issue because I went to grab and try to save the phone. And when I jumped up, my pile went sliding. So there was WIPS everywhere. And anyway, hot mess express. Like now I'm hot and the hair is worse than normal. So excuse me here just a minute. Let me have a little swig. My current drink of choice is, I'm sure, completely unhealthy and full of chemicals, but it is delicious. What I'm doing is I'm taking one of those, you know, those little powder drink packs. I got the Weiler's brand at my grocery store, and it's like the light version of a cherry limeade. So it's like a cherry limeade light. And then I add Sprite Zero to it. Fabulous. Perfect afternoon pick-me-up zing. Yes, without caffeine. So yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, let me get myself back together here. Where were we at? Oh, it's been forever. It's been a really long time since I've seen y'all. And as far as like a regular floss tube, and even though I've been busy and I've been working a lot, like I've been stitching, and it's added up. And I've been starting stuff and I've been finishing stuff. And so I'm gonna try to follow some sort of format today, but just bear with me. Everything kind of ties into each other. I do have the giveaway winner from my market recap, and I'll announce that chart giveaway when I get a minute, when we go further along. I've been doing a good job keeping up with my book of days, which is a blessing, because if I didn't, I would not have known what to put in this video, like at all. So yeah, that was March's stuff, and I've been doing pretty good on April too so far. So yeah. Anyway, so what's been going on around here? It is allergy season in Memphis and probably most of the United States. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to itch my eyes and sneeze and do all the lovely stuff today, because definitely tree pollen is a thing. Our vehicles are completely covered in green when we wake up in the morning. Memphis is like a really green city. It's really tree heavy. It's flowering bush heavy. We have a lot of vegetation. So, it's just a little bit killer. Even for people who don't, like myself, I don't normally have an issue with allergies. It usually catches me this time of year. So my eyes just will randomly water and do strange things. So just bear with me here. So yeah, so that's going on around here. It's supposed to be about 80 today. That is lovely. My daughter is not too far away. We've got baby boy coming in August. She's doing okay. She still doesn't feel real great, so I hate that for her. You know, some pregnancies are just kind of like that. I will say, she texted me the other day and was like, Mom, there's this swing, and I know you want to swing for your house, and there's a $100 off coupon. First of all, there's a $100 off coupon. So things have changed since I had my kids. You know, because there's a lot of really cool things out there, but you know, there's new technology, there's new rules about this, that, and the other. Like, I'm just trying to keep up. So I ordered this fancy swing. We put it together. We all got together and put it together yesterday, which it was not hard to put together. I think it's called it's for like a number 4 moms, like a mamaroo or something. But anyway, y'all, you can control the baby swing with the app on your phone. I am not exaggerating. I synced my phone up to it yesterday. I named the swing. You can make it. It's supposed to mimic like when you hold a baby and bounce a baby and sway with the baby. It's got like a car setting and I don't know. And you can play music and like ocean sounds out of it and rain sounds. And I mean, our luck, he's not even gonna like it, but whatever. It was fun. It's fun. We got it out. We put it together. We let it run, try to get the dogs used to looking at it. So they were like, what the heck is this? They were interested for about 5 seconds and then they just went on about their business. So I think they're going to do fine. So that's kind of what's been going on the baby front. John Robert, my son, he is still trying to decide between a few colleges. It's getting very close to the wire. May 1st is like the enrollment deposit deadline. And actually, I told him his decision day is a little bit sooner because his school does a thing, I guess, where they take a picture and make a video of the boys with their jackets on and like a ball cap of the college that they've chosen. So although we have a ball cap from each school, you know, I told him you probably need to decide a day or two before that to try to give him kind of like a hard stop there. So a deadline, but you would say. So that's kind of going on with that. Everything else is just going great. So let me just hop right into the stitching and all the goodness. And I mean, I know I've said it before when I've done this, a month is like too long. So I'm going to get through as much as I can, and I'm probably going to forget some stuff, and y'all just give me a little grace. Bear with me. I'm going to be back on track now. Work has just been kicking my tush. So here we go. All right. So let's first start out with finishes. I had several finishes this month. One of the finishes I don't have here to show you because I've already sent it off to Keepsakes to be FFO'd. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I sent a box of things up to Keepsakes to be FFO'd. So I'll be looking forward to sharing that with everyone when that comes back. I don't know if I'll get everything back before I go to StitchCon or not. So maybe if I don't, I would be able to pick them up when I was up there and drop off some more goodies. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to getting that back. One of the first things I finished, though, I'll just share with you. I actually finished it this morning while I was Zooming with my mom and my aunt. Remember how on the 25th of the month, I like to do Merry 25 stitching. That's hashtag Merry 25. And that's where I like to stitch on a Christmas holiday themed piece every month. And what I've been doing this year so far is all of those fun things I kitted up around Christmas that I had big ambitious plans for to start and work on that I didn't get to. I've been starting one of those every month. So I actually started and finished this one this month. This is Oh My Gosh by Heart and Hand. Isn't it cute? I love that Oh My Gosh by golly. So like I said, I did finish it this morning. Here we are. All right. This is stitched on a 32 count stone nougat by, I think it might be a Zweigart. Yeah. And yeah, I used the called for colors, which were a bunch of classic color works. I think it's super cute. It was charted in 2020, so I just changed that second, that number at the end to make it reflect this year. And I think I'm gonna make it into, or have it made into an ornament. But yeah, I like it. I think it's cute. And it was a fun little stitch that, sometimes these little ones that you just buy and you're just ready to, I don't buy a lot of little ones, I guess. I mean, I do, but I definitely buy the big ones more. So it's really kind of fun to get a nice little finish in on that and feel like you accomplished something. So okay, my next one was a finish as well. And here's where we're going to go into this. So I know it's April, but last month I participated in the Steel City Stitchers March Stitchy Madness. Okay, and this was my bracket. All right, and so as you can see, spoiler alert, the winner of my bracket was the fox. I posted on my Instagram and everybody voted and helped me along the way, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to go through this bracket by bracket, but you know, the fox made it. But my first one actually made it pretty far until it went up against the fox. So maybe it's a bad pairing or whatever. But my first one was this Lick the Bowl by Hands On Design. Isn't that so cute? I love it. In fact, I did run into or get to meet Kathy Haberman while I was at market, and I had been tagging her in my posts of the poll. So she, you know, she was checking on her status while we were there. Was she still ahead or not? But I actually did get it finished. I stitched on it so much. So this is Lick the Bowl by Hands On Design. Okay, see this right here? This is one of those glitter gel pens that I love so much to use. Somehow, a little bitty bit of it got on my iron. I don't even know how it happened. I usually check pretty well. Well, trust me, I will never not check again, because I hit my fabric with that iron and I immediately was lucky to see that green and was like, what the heck? And was able to get it off my iron. And when I finish it, you won't be able to see it, but that could have been a little bit of a disaster. Anyway, so this is Life is Short, Lick the Bowl by Hands On Design. This was the first part. The first bracket I had was titled the Words of Wisdom bracket. So yeah, I thought that turned out pretty cute. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish that yet, but I like it. I think it's cute. All right. The next part of that bracket was designed by our market neighbor, La-di-da, Serbian proverb. I love this one so much. I know exactly where I'm going to hang it after I finish it and get it framed, and I am not close to finishing it, but I really love this one so much. So here's where I am on this one. Just got that bit going there. I am stitching this on a 28 count fiber on a whim. What's this one called? Presenting Lorelei Gilmore. It was part of a box. Yeah. Pretty colors. I am using the called for MPI silks for this one. They are gorgeous. Like I told you, I really fell in love with this chart. And so I sprung for the silks because, oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. So I did enjoy stitching on that one. This reminds me I need to get it back out and not let it just stay in the little bag. All right. My next bracket was called Snow Days. First part of my bracket was charted by our other neighbor at market, the Primitive Hair, Winter Blessings. I love this one. So I stitched this on the 30 count Old Salem linen by the Primitive Hair. And this is where I am. I do not know what I had done before and what I got done on my little bit of stitching time that I had with it, but it's so cute. So cute. And the fabric smells just like coffee still. Unfortunately, Winter Blessings lost in the bracket to my next WIP, which I got crooked. I have to keep an eye on this and make sure my stuff doesn't start going like this. So my next stitch was by the Stitchy Princess on Etsy and Stitchy Princess Black on Instagram. She is a Ukrainian designer, so if you can show her some support, that would be wonderful. This is the fox. I was able to finish the fox. There we go. And like I said, the fox won the Stitchy March Madness bracket. Isn't it sweet? I just love it. This is, oh, I can't remember. This is stitched on an Ada. I think it's a 20 count. Oh, I can't remember who did this. Dying. I don't know. It was a fabric of the month by someone that I bought from a D-stash. So anyway, I thought it was super cute. I love that moon. Yes. Sweet. So this was my winner. My winner. Can I get the words out today? Not sure how I'm gonna have that finished either. All right, the next part of my bracket, sorry, was, let's see if I have a tissue somewhere. Sorry. Okay, Nuts for Nora's is my name of my next bracket, and I've got the New Year's Eve Fairy versus Miss Ladybug. So, let me show you where Miss New Year's Fairy is. This is what she looked like when she's done. I started her last spring about this time, I remember. Might have been like Easter week or whatever, because I feel like I had a couple extra days off. She is very close to being done. I am very excited. There she is, Miss New Year's Fairy. I've been working on her. What I need to finish on her is I need to finish my back stitch, and then I've got some Kreinik to use to do some fill-in in some areas. This is actually a big like watch or clock. And then, excuse me, I've got some real pretty Mill Hill beads. So she'll be beautiful when she's done. She's very close. But she did not win the Nuts for Nora bracket. Miss Ladybug won the Nuts for Nora bracket. Let me show you how she's looking. Actually, hold on just a second, sorry. I'm gonna actually put these beads back in their bag because I'm gonna show you my current bead situation shortly. I don't want to get those mixed up with anything. Okay, so my next part of the bracket was Miss Ladybug, and she went to the end, and it was Miss Ladybug versus the Fox, and the Fox won. But Miss Ladybug, I got so much done on her, I went on and finished her as well. Well, there she is, Miss Ladybug. I started her last summer on my husband's grandmother's birthday. I stitched her in memory of his sweet mama. I picked this color blue out. This is Dwarf. It's a 32 count Dwarf by Picture This Plus because I really wanted something to kind of just show a really sunny day. My husband's grandmother, she loved to sit outside in the backyard in the sun, in all the heat, and she would sit out there, and she loved tab sodas, so she'd be out there drinking her tab and reading romance novels and getting a suntan, and that just made her as happy as anything. That was about her favorite place to be. So she used to call us Ladybug as a term of endearment, and I think she turned out really well. I love the beading, how that came on her wings here and made it look really lacy. I really like that. I think she turned out just gorgeous. And I'm gonna have her framed. I'm thinking of maybe going with like maybe an oval frame would be really nice if I have enough room up here. I didn't really think that through, but I mean, I think I can get an oval frame around her. I should have brought her down a little bit. I'm really kind of like, with the fabric, you know, if I'm gonna be like, okay, I want a 2-inch border, I'm really like 2 inches down, 2 inches in, and then I start, because I'm always like, well, I want to maximize my use of my fabric, because I know I can use the rest of this, you know, for something else. I don't want to just plop her in the middle. But then I have a couple of times kind of cheated myself on my FFO options because of being so frugal with my fabric. So, but there she is, Miss Ladybug. Isn't she beautiful? I also love the shading in her wings and her skirt. She was really fun to stitch. She was really fun to stitch, and she's a very special piece, so I'm happy to have her done. Okay, so that, no, sorry. I have one more bracket that obviously didn't go too far of anywhere, but this is called Bird Brawl. I picked that up. Somebody else used that too, so I copied it off of somebody else who was doing brackets. I can't remember who that was, and I'm sorry, but it was a cute name. So the first one was gonna be the Swans by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is also my Stitch Asia piece in March, hashtag Stitch Asia. That is a hashtag started by Abi BellaStitch. And what we do is, well, I kind of just do it all year long. Like if it's an Asian designer, I'm going to use the Stitch Asia hashtag. It just celebrates, not just, but it celebrates Asian designers and heritage. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. So, the designer for Cottage Garden Samplings is Vinny PS10, and she is from Malaysia. And I know everyone is very much enjoying her Woodland Creatures year this year. So I'm loving seeing all these, but I love these swans. I think they're beautiful. I didn't get a huge amount done on them, but I got some. There they are. They're so pretty. At our little 901 Stitch Together this past month, I got to see LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co. and LeAnn Stitches, see hers in person, and it is just so pretty, especially all the stuff that's going to come up over here. It's like, with the trees and everything and the house, it really ends up looking really nice with the swans. I think I ended up stitching this on 32 Count Winter Blues by Stitch Me. That's what it looks like to me. But there they are. And unfortunately, they, Miss Ladybug beat them out, so I haven't worked on it very much. The other half of my bird brawl bracket, try to say that a lot, was a gobble couple, Patrick and Molly O Gobble by RATM. So cute. So I already had Patrick done. So to be honest, I did not get much further, but I did get Molly started, and I did get her little pot of gold, their little pot of gold done. Well, I didn't get the gold, but I got the pot going. Well, I'm showing you the back of it. That's dumb too. I'm sorry. Okay, haven't done this for a month, can you tell? All right, so here we go. And this is the right side of the stitching. Good night. Okay, so there's Patrick, and I started Molly and part of their pot of gold. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Rusty Mountain by XG Designs. Am I crooked? I feel like I'm crooked. Just bear with me here. Okay. There we go. There's Patrick. And like I said, I got a little bit of Molly going and her little pot of gold. So, isn't he cute? I did realize when I went to stitching this one that I'm in a desperate need of a St. Patrick's Day clover type-ish bag. I missed out on them last week on the Garon Toten Bag sale, but I am on the hunt for one I like. I'm admittedly picky about it, so I have seen some out there, but they weren't exactly what I was going for. So yeah. Anyway, that was my March Stitching Madness Steel City Stitchers bracket. It was fun. Like I said, I hadn't planned on doing that. I was, I don't want to say coerced, but I was enabled by Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches, and Colleen of Rebel Stitcher. Yeah, they got me going on that. So, I mean, I probably will do that again next year. There's a lot going on in March, but it was really fun, and I did get some stuff done because I participated. So that was great. So let's see. What do I want to talk about next? How about, let's just keep going on the WIPS. Or I can just, I'll talk about when I come to it. Oh, I do want to say we did have a great time at our 901 Stitchers retreat last month for March. We got together. We do this every month. 901 Stitchers stitch together at Stitchers Inc. in Memphis here. If you are local to us, we would love, or even could come close and stop by from whatever Saturday we're having it. We would love to have you join us. Last month we had, every month it seems like, well, we just started in January, but we've got a few new people coming, and so that's fun. We've had a lot of people returning. We missed a few of y'all last month, but Micah, the ADHD Stitcher, she does a FlossTube too. It was her first time to come. She came out from Ripley, Tennessee. And then LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co., it was her first time to come. And so I'm going to pop in a couple pictures here. One of the big group of us enjoying our stitch together, and the other one's going to be of myself and Zan and LeAnn and Micah, just because we wanted a picture of all of us silly Memphis FlossTubers together. So it was really fun. It was really nice. I really enjoy getting to know a lot of our local stitchers. We're really like able to pass information and ideas, and it's just really nice to be able to just get together and spend some nice time stitching together. So I appreciate everybody who's been coming to join us and is so active in our Facebook group. If you are local to us and you want to join our Facebook group, you can just find us on Facebook at 901 Stitchers, or just send me a message on Instagram, and you know, I'll give you the information. But yeah, so this coming month, we're going to be getting together on the 30th, and I'll be happy to see everyone then. This is everybody at our 901 Stitchers. let's see, what are we going to talk about next? I know, I'm just kind of, all right, let's just move along to some Zoom stuff. Yeah, you know, I've been having a good time on the Zooms. I didn't get to attend my the Hawk Hollow with Pam of Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, or Stitch New England. I didn't get to attend her Hawk Hollow Zoom last month, or her Fancy Folk Zoom, because I was working on those Thursday nights and I don't get out of work in time. I get off till like 9 or 9:30. So, but I did get some time in on Hawk Hollow Zoom, and I think, I'm not sure, isn't that as bad? Like, did I get to Zoom with Bobby and LeAnn and Sam, or did we have to cancel for some reason? We might have had to cancel. I had to cancel a couple things last month, or we, you know, like because of things going on with everybody. So hopefully we'll be back on track for this month, but I digress. You want to see this Hawk Hollow piece, don't you? So here we are, Halloween at Hawk Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. All right, this is what I am stitching on with. We have a hashtag Halloween at HRH Sal. You're welcome to join using the hashtag. And so I stitch on this every month with my friends that I started that with, and then also with a larger group. Pam of Stitch New England does a Zoom for if you're stitching on any kind of Hawk Hollow chart, not just Halloween. So far I am finished with blocks 1 and 2, and I am working on block 3. Here we are. I am stitching this on a 32 count Heather by Picture This Plus. I'm not sure I'm all in frame here, so let me make sure. So, oh no, I'm not. So my most recent work has been on block 3. It's a lot of black, but this is the Headless Horseman. So you can see he's holding a pumpkin. Yeah, I've got some of this. So I've got a lot done, but I've got that whole middle part and that huge, huge moon to do. But I am loving this. So fun. It's one of my favorite things to stitch, honestly. And once I get it out, just to stitch on it for Pam's Zoom, and then my little more close, you know, smaller group Zoom, I usually work on it a little bit extra, but I am actually able to put stitches in it every month. So I think when we get done, we should be like down right here by where this finger is, and then we will take up probably that whole, yeah, because there's 3 rows. So it's gonna be a big girl, but I love this so much. It's so much fun. So yeah, hoping to get some good progress on block 3. I was thinking about working on it this week for, well, it is our Zoom this week. I was thinking about doing it for Dark 13 Stitching, but I was thinking I have not gotten out Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui in like forever. And I really want to get that one done too. So that might be my Dark 13 stitch this week coming up. See what else have I been working on. I've also had to admit, within the last month or several weeks, I've just randomly been starting things I really want to start. It just kind of is what it is, you know. So this is one of those things. It happened to correlate with Stitch Asia in March, but I started Tree Bear by Soda Stitch. I told y'all. I don't know what, I bought like 3 of these. I just think they're so cute and so fun. And I just had this feeling I was really going to enjoy stitching on them. Like, even though, you know, the colors look a little pastel there, they are very good colors, because here's what I've got started. So I'll show you. I am on this stocking. Like, see? I'm on the stocking. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh, I love these colors so much. I actually am stitching it on an Aida. I think it's a 16 count Aida, and it's the Aida that came with my Christmas Moose piece by Panna. For some reason, I just thought that the colors would just be really good. But now that I'm stitching it and I'm looking at it, I measured this thing. But I don't know if this is going to be big enough, because I don't have that much fabric. And that is big. Oh, I probably need to measure this again. This could be an issue. I will definitely remeasure before I continue, because I mean, I don't think this is right. I think I don't think that's right, because if that stocking is that big, think about how big that teddy bear's head's gonna be. No, there's no way this is okay. Well, that stinks. I'm gonna have to look at that and get back to you before I do any more work on that, because that's, I don't know how I could have messed up that bad. I went off what size Ada they said this was on the packing of Christmas mousse. I mean, it looks like a 16 count. I don't think that's gonna be big enough. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Moving on from that. Ugh, do you hate stuff like that? I'm really doubting that now. Okay, all right, what else have I been working on? Okay, so Garon Designer Focus. Hashtag Garon Designer Focus, started by Garon Stitchery, Garon Tote Bags. Last month, their Designer of the Month was Rosewood Manor, and this was my start. Dandelion Wishes. This just so happens to be the only Rosewood Manor piece that I had owned at that time, because I hadn't seen any of her other stuff in person like I did at Market. But I love this. I think this is so cute. I am not loving stitching it. I'm gonna I want the finished product, but it's a lot of white. And so I'm just having to kind of do it and take breaks. All right, so here we are. I stitched this on Winter Blues by Stitch Me 32 count, and this is where I am. And so I've got the top part of the saying done. And I think it's turning out nice, and it's gonna look good when it's done. We've got lots of little fancy stitches, and I've got some beads to put in there. So it's gonna be really cute, and I like it, and I like what it says. It says, when you look at a field of dandelions, you can either see 100 weeds or 1,000 wishes. And I love the sentiment, but like I said, with the white, I'm just not like having a blast stitching it. So, but I want the finished product, so I'm gonna finish it. But that's where we are, And it's in this super cute Stitchin piece birdie bag. I love it. All right. I really am enjoying this Garon Designer Focus. They are influencing like a lot of my plans every month to just pick out and focus on those pieces. So I'm enjoying that, kind of expanding some of my horizons. So, all right, another new start that I had was for a stitch along that's already over now. So I'm gonna pop in a picture up here. It was from the Stitching book club. It was like the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So the sal is complete now, but I just started it. And I just got a little bit started here. Just a little bit on part 1, and I'm stitching it on, I think it might be a 32 count, like an opalescent white something that I had in my stash. I just got a little bit going. There are a lot of colors in this. I think it is going to be cute. I love this bag. I think it is going to be cute. I just didn't love it when I was stitching it. And so, you know, it's just kind of hanging there till I do love it and want to stitch on it. Kind of the situation like that. I'm feeling very like, I really want to like what I'm stitching. And I really want to be, you know, loving what I'm doing. And so some plans have been followed, some plans have not been followed. I'm literally just following my stitchy little heart. And it means I am enjoying myself, and I think I am still being productive. I've gotten a lot of finishes done. I am still being productive just because, you know, I'm stitching what I want. This next one was really fun. So maybe just a week or so ago, Ronnie of Garon Tote Bags, he passed his U.S. citizenship test, and he's now a U.S. citizen. And I'm so excited, and we couldn't ask for a better person, seriously. So someone said, they did a Zoom. I don't know who it was in our group. They said, hey, let's Zoom on Friday night. Let's stitch on something patriotic to celebrate Ronnie's new American citizenship. And I couldn't join. I think I had work or something. But I did actually get to stitch on it that day. So I stitched on a WIP I had called Let Freedom Ring by Lila's Studio. I think I started this like January or New Year's Day of like 2021 with Pam of Just Keep Stitching. And I think the hashtag for this one is Stitch for Freedom. And so I did have a start on it. I started up here. I did get some more done on that Friday when I was stitching for Ronnie. So here's where we are. Isn't it sweet? I love it. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Not Another Sampler by Bee Stitch Me. I love the colors so much. I've really, really enjoyed stitching on this one, and it kind of, you know, got the bug back out again. So it also just so happens to live in a super cute Garon Toten Bags bag with all of like US stamps on it. So I love that. I love that. So yay, had such a fun time stitching on that one in honor of Ronnie. All right, what else did I do? More Garon Designer Toten Bags, or Garon Designer Focus Stitching. This month, designer is ink circles. And so I started my first ink circles. There's a hair in here. It's Cocoa Time. Isn't this cute? I want to stitch this one around Christmas too, and my husband gave it to me for my birthday, so I like this. Stitching, that's where I am so far. It's super cute. In fact, I plan to get on and zoom a little bit and stitch on this when we are done with this FlossTube and get a little bit more done. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that's a fun one. That has been a fun one. Let's see, another one that I've been stitching on is Peter Pan by RATM. I was inspired. I started this one on the New Year's Eve 12 by 12 with Pam of Just Keep Stitching and Kea of Kea Bee. It was like my start, but I was inspired to get this one back out after maybe it was last week or the week before watching Snug Harbor Crafts FlossTube, Debbie and Kev. So Kev bought her mom a really amazing Dooney and Burt Peter Pan bag. And I love Peter Pan and I love Disney. And so I thought, I want to stitch on Peter Pan. So I was thinking, because I kind of just want to have one of these Quaker Fantasies, these going at a time, right? So which means I need to be working on them. So I was kind of thinking I would try that 25/7 again, where, you know, I spend about 30 minutes a day, every day, putting stitches in on something. So I think that piece is going to be Peter Pan. And 25/7 was started by Julie McConnell of Reflections. So, yeah. So here's where I am, because I just had the littlest start on it. I got a couple of the motifs done. And it's really cute. And let's see, I am stitching it on a 32 count Knight in Shining Armor by Seraphim Fabrics. And I like this little needle minder I have. I got that from LitJoy, I believe. And also, it lives in a super cute project bag by my friend Lolly of Lollipop Stitches. If you visit her Instagram and click on her link tree, it will direct you to her shop. And she sells lots of fun things. Project bags and grind guards and cups and whatever else she has going on. So you should be seeing some more Peter Pan, because I'm just kind of leaving it on the Q-snap. Anything I've got left on the Q-snap is just because I intend to keep working on it. Let's see, what else? Oh, and then I just have this random start from yesterday. Okay, just because I wanted to. Just because I got up and I was like, you know, I wanted to start that Outlander sampler. I was printing something out, or I was not printing something out. I was looking at something at work, I was looking at my Dropbox, because in a little bit, I want to show you some of the charts that I've purchased to support Ukrainian designers, and a few other charts, and they're all kind of in my Dropbox. So I was kind of taking screenshots of those. And I was like, oh, I really wanted to stitch this Outlander sampler. And I read the first book of Outlander, and I really enjoyed the first several seasons of the show. I'll pop a picture up here. I like the sampler. I had a hard time finding an Outlander sampler or an Outlander chart that I liked. And I just think this one's kind of funky and fun and I liked it. So I thought, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to like stitch this from stash because I want to start this today, right? And I don't want to get anything that I don't have. So I was like, I know I have plenty of fabric to pull from, and let's see what my floss situation was. So I pulled out all the DMC that I had, and then I got my new DMC chart book thing out, you know, with like all of the little, well, let me show you because maybe you haven't seen them before, but I bought myself this because I wanted to start doing conversions and use up all of my fancy floss that I have, because it was kind of like all piling up in a bag in a box and I didn't know what I had. And so several weeks ago, if you can kind of see in my corner over here, I put some pegboards up on the wall, and I separated my fancy floss by dyer, and I've got them hanging on hooks, and they're like easy to access and they're alphabetized and I can get to them. So I thought, here's what I'll do. I'll fill in the blanks that I don't already have with my DMC. I'll fill them in with fancy floss and it'll be super cute. And so I pulled out my DMC book. I ordered this and received this from 123 Stitch. It was on back. It was like out of stock for a long time, but I had them notify me and I jumped on it when it came back in. So you see, it shows all the colors, and they're actually even like, there is one that's like just a picture of the color, but these are literal, they're the threads, okay? So got that out, then I got all my fancy floss out, and I started matching everything up, and I did a little conversion, and yeah, I came out with some pretty colors. So I used a lot of Forbidden Fiber Co. floss that I had. I used some Gentle Arts and some Classic Colorworks, and then some DMC. So it's a mix of everything. And then I went through my fabric on a little stash dive there, and just so happened from the Steel City Stitchers retreat on Crafty You, I was able to purchase a piece of 40 count Jamie's Kilt by Fabrics by Steph, and I thought, well, that if there's like, that's super fitting. And so here we are. So like I've got a lot of this hanging out because obviously I'm not going to need all this because I'm just doing this on 40 count, so it's going to be small, but this was my start from yesterday. I'm stitching at 1 thread over 2, and I'm loving it, and I'm having so much fun, and I just can't wait to like get to the next part and the next part. And I think all of these colors are just gonna be like really pretty. I think it's gonna be great, and if it's not, I'll change it up. But anyway, so that was kind of like a fun adventure yesterday. Just kind of like by the seat of my pants, just decided, hey, I want to start this. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of way I'm being right now. It's just kind of like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. I'm going to work on this. So, let me show you one more WIP. I love this WIP so much. I told y'all about him last time. I told y'all about him at market. So, I started him, and he is now a stitch along. He is Sir Thomas. And our stitch along, I am stitching this with Justine of X's and Hoes, and our stitch along is hashtag Sir Thomas of Glendon Place Sal. Yes, and LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co. She's just gotten Thomas, and so she's going to be joining us. And there's been a few other people, and so I kind of gave, I gave Bobby of Pumpkin Creek Primitives a hard time about her little poor Sir Thomas just languishing. And so she put some stitches in on him last week, and I poked it. Pam of Stitching the Land Good Enough too. But there are some others out there that I've chatted with, and yeah, so join us if you have Sir Thomas. I'm loving stitching on him. He is living in my Turkey Garon Toten Bags bag. And he is being stitched on my new roller frame. And here's what I have so far. So yes, he is on the called for, it's a 28 count China Pearl Joblin by Witchelt. And let me show you kind of where this area is. God, I keep thinking about that tree bear stocking. I just messed that up so bad. I know that's not big enough fabric now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so I am Sorry, that was random. I'm like right in this area here. So yeah, I love it so much. And he is kind of gonna be my Sunday afternoon stitch. That's what I've decided. He is gonna be my winding down Sunday afternoon stitch. And I am loving it. So you're gonna be seeing plenty of Sir Thomas in the future because he's gonna take a lot of Sundays. But I am loving him. Okay, I feel like that's all of my WIPS. So before I hop into anything else, let's go on and do this giveaway real quick. All right, so the giveaway from my market trip is Deck the Palms by the Mindful Needle. And Dawn is the designer of this. And I got to meet her at market. She was sharing a room with JBW Designs. It's a super cute little flamingo. Deck the Palms, comes with the little beads. So yes, I think this is so cute. And I just wanted to share something new from market, from a new to market person. Like we were new to market this year, and so was Dawn. So with a design. Sorry, she was new to market with her own design. So anyway, I used our random comment generator, and I'll go on and pop the winner up there. But Rhonda, you won Deck the Palms. Royally Rhonda. Rhonda comments very regularly, and so I was very excited to have her be the recipient of Deck the Palms. Rhonda, I will be happy to pop this into the mail to you. Just send me, if you have Instagram, send me a message on Instagram with your address so I can get that to you. If not, comment on your YouTube and on this FlossTube, and we'll work something out. But anyway, I can't wait to send this to you, and I hope you enjoy stitching it. So thank you. Okay, all right, what else do we have that I want to talk about? I want to talk about some new friends I made. They have gotten me into so much trouble. No, they haven't. They haven't got me into so much trouble, but we have been having a good time. I have a little a friendship, a new sparked friendship with Fiber Arts Amy and Maggie of Kitschy WIPS, and we have a little chat going, and yeah, we're really good at letting each other know when there's things that we like that are out and about. And so watching Amy's FlossTube, so she does lots of Miras and Chatelaines, and Maggie has YouTube. Not Maggie doesn't have a YouTube, but she has an Instagram, and those two together started this new hashtag called Chatelaine Wednesday. Hashtag Chatelaine Wednesday. The idea for them is that on Wednesdays you either work on, kit up, whatever, deal with your chatelaine. If you are not familiar with chatelaines, they are quite often very large, intricate projects full of beautiful specialty stitches and like kind of specialty fibers, beads, floss, different kinds. The designer, unfortunately, has sadly passed away too young, but her daughter now runs Chatelaine, and you can find them on their website. I'll put the website information below. That's where you can purchase the charts from. You can purchase them in PDF. And then there is a company called European Cross Stitch, and they, you're welcome to kit up a chatelaine on your own, but the supply lists are long and very specific. Sometimes some of that stuff that she designed with is not available anymore. So European Cross Stitch, they will actually sell kits. They'll sell thread packs, they'll sell bead packs, whatever part you need to kit up your chatelaine. So last fall, I was talking to my friend LeAnn, Forbidden Fiber Co., and we were like, okay, so kind of was in our little group that we talked, and we were like, who wants to start chatelaine for the new year? New year, new start, chatelaine. So it ended up being LeAnn and I that wanted to start one. And so we went on and ordered our stuff in the fall. And, it came around time, and there was no, we didn't have our stuff yet. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's not worry about it. It's a new year, new start whenever we get it. We'll just start it when we get it. The problem and the holdup has been with the Gloriana silks. So they are like, I think they're at least 6 months, maybe 8 months behind. So the person that owns European cross stitch, that's basically what they're waiting on. Like if they don't have the kit and you've been waiting a long time, I mean, definitely call them, reach out and talk to them because they're responsive, but like that's the holdup usually. I think she's even made it now to where you can order the kit without the Glorianas so that you're not just waiting on everything, like just like in a limbo, you know, like you could get started if you wanted to. Anyway, so my kit came in a couple weeks ago, which is great because I wanted to start it with Chatelaine Wednesdays, and LeAnn potentially has the possibility of getting her kit within this month. So she asked, so we decided that I was going to wait to start my Chatelaine about 1 more month just to give LeAnn a little bit more of an opportunity to get hers in. Otherwise, I'm going to go on and get going on mine within the month. Maybe like next month. But all right, so circle back. So that has sparked this friendship with Amy of Fiber Arts, Amy, and Maggie of Kitschy WIPS. And I want to show you what I got my Chatelaine in. I've got it all kitted up and ready to go. And so when I was looking for my Chatelaine, I went under like a category. I was reading information about like maybe one of the, not because they're big, y'all, okay? And I was like, maybe I don't want to do something really, really huge or with lots and lots. So I thought I picked one that was a little bit more low-key. So I did, as far as like, maybe not as many specialty fibers and as beads, but it's still really big. I didn't really realize how big it was until it was time for me to order the fabric. So like, who's ever said that before? All of us probably, right? So my Chatelaine is like rainy day autumn seasons. I'm going to try to pop a picture up here of this. I fell in love with this one on the website on black fabric, and I haven't had a great experience stitching on black fabric. So as much as I really liked it, I didn't want to. But I've also actually been able to compare it to like a lighter fabric, because Maggie of Kitschy WIPS, on her Instagram post, you'll see she's stitching it on kind of like a gray. And I'm like, I still really want to go dark because that's what I fell in love with. So I think I found a happy medium. I am going to be stitching on this black chocolate by Witchelt. I think it's going to be really, really nice. So let me just show you some of the fibers that I'm going to be using for this. So the DMC, when you order from European Cross Stitch, DMC is not included in the kit. They have you get your own DMC. So like this is the DMC that I'm going to be using. Pretty much, I think that's it. So all of that worked. I kind of looked at where stitches were and everything, so I was feeling good about that. And then the Gloriana, I only had one Gloriana. It's called Wood Pond. That's the one I was waiting on. That light is totally blowing this out, but you kind of get the idea. And then I had a few Karen water lilies that are called for. Those pretty. And then about 4 rainbow galleries, some some treasure braids, and some silk lamaze. Yeah. And then I got my beads in, and I think these are the most adorable little things ever. And look at these beads. They are beautiful. I know you're getting a really bad glare, but even if I take them out of the package, I don't think it's gonna help. Oh, look at these. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I love it. I love it. It's all gonna live in this really fancy Peacock Garon totem bags from March. Perfect, perfect. So I just want to say that, so Amy and Maggie, we've been having a good time. Okay, so I watched Amy's Mirabilia, like she went through all of her charts and showed all of them. And I foolishly said a few episodes back that I think I had all the Mirabilias that I wanted or I needed. No. No, you do not, Sarah. So I have been having a good time the last month or so, and I have procured some out of print mirrors that I will show you shortly. And yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. I missed something. Let me go back really quick. I know this is disjointed. My plans for next month are the rest of this month. So whoa, see. That's what was happening with Winnie earlier. Okay, let's see if we're okay here. All right, so let's talk about Whip Go for a minute. The Whip Go for me that's not working, that's not happening, it's all me. It's my fault, you know, because I'm having this stitch what I want situation going on. Here's my Whip Go board, and I have, you know, met my goal in one. Whip Go, if you are not familiar with it, is an idea that Jessie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff came up with. It's a bingo board. You set it up on your own the beginning of the year. She calls numbers. You attach projects and goals to those numbers, and that's what you're supposed to work on for the month. Supposed to. Like she said, it's your board and it's your rules. This month, the numbers that were called were 10 and 7. So my categories, I have my things set up by categories. My categories were Fancy Folk and Winter Chicken Dinner. And Winter Chicken Dinner means my choice. So my plans to work on in April to get some time in are, for my Fancy Folk is Trick or Treat Fairy. I am stitching her with LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co. I love her, but she needs some work. So here's where we are. I'm stitching her on a 32 count Garden Party by Stitch Me. This is a gorgeous piece of fabric. It is one of my favorite Stitch Me pieces of fabric I've ever owned or stitched on. I love it. I love her. I love it. I have a bag full of beads and Kreinik that go to her, and she's really fun. So I'm going to put some time in on her this month. And then Winter Chicken Dinner was my choice. And to go along with Giron Designer Focus of the Month, which is ink circles and long dog samplers, I'm going to work on Queen's Gambit, which I have just a barely a start on. I'm stitching this for my son to commemorate his graduation, which is happening in May. It's not going to be done, but it'll be done someday. He loves chess. So there's my start. I am using Silks for You Hank, and this is PRO68 is what I'm using. Yeah, so that's where I am on that. So look to see some progress on these projects when I come back. See y'all. Okay, back to my double trouble friends here. This is gonna kind of segue into some haul situation. So let's talk about and plans, because this also goes into what's going to be going on in May. So in May, in years past, there's been like a thing where you do mania. There used to be a Facebook group that started this, and this has morphed into like all sorts of different options. Last year, I started something called Owl Forest Mania with Mary Ashcraft, and I did Owl Forest all month, and I did a new Owl Forest start like every week. Super fun. It was my focus for the month. This year, I'm going to work on a Mirror Mania. Yes, that's what it's going to be. Mirror Mania. That Lisa of Cross by Floss was talking about doing Mirror Mania. I'm sure everybody's doing their own version of it, whether it's like you just work on one, whether you work on WIPS, whether you do all new starts, whether you do a combination. I was chatting with Alexis of Alexis My Amazing World the other night, and she had a great suggestion, so I think we're going to do it this way. We're going to do every week. So the first week, we're going to do a new mirror start, and the second week, we're going to do a mirror whip, and then a mirror start, and then a mirror whip. Sharing that information with Amy and Maggie and LeAnn of Forbidden Fiber Co. and also LeAnn Stitches. And so I think a bunch of us are just going to be doing mirror stuff in May. So super excited about that. I had some little happy mail, stitchy kindness, like super stitchy kindness the other day that came in from Alexis My Amazing World. And she found an out of print Mirabilia that I had been looking for at her LNS, and she bought it and sent it to me. And thank you, Alexis. I am so happy to have him. This is Santa's Magic by Mirabilia. This chart was released in 1995, and that was the year I graduated high school. And I was not cross-stitching or even thinking about cross-stitching when I graduated high school. And when I started stitching in 2020, which is, I think he went out of print sometime in 2020. Yeah, I wasn't stitching mirrors then either, but I love him. I watched Rocio of Kokohama Stitchery stitch him, and I just was like, yeah, I love this one. So Alexis very, very nicely went and got him for me and sent him to me. So thank you, Alexis. This is going to be one of my new starts in May, probably like that first week in May. So I've got to get him kitted up, but that's amazing. That's amazing. While we're on the subject of Stitchy Kindness, I received some additional Stitchy Kindness from my friend Fawn of Sanctum Stitching. I am so excited and looking forward to meeting Fawn this summer at StitchCon Weekend A. We have been friends for quite some time. Her YouTube channel is Sanctum Stitching. She started the channel with her friend Marianne, a local stitcher to her, and they had a thing where it was like where vintage meets modern. I really loved it. Plus Marianne was originally from Memphis, so I really enjoyed watching her FlossTubes. Recently, Marianne isn't regularly filming a FlossTube with Fawn, but Fawn's been doing FlossTubes with her husband Sean, who's a stitcher also, and I really enjoy her channel. And I don't know why, she said she just felt like sending me some stuff, and it was so sweet. And she said anything that I didn't want to stitch, I could share with you all. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I am super thoughtful stuff, but she saw that I was stitching some la-di-da, and so she sent me like 3 la-di-das. I love them. Look at this one. 'Tis the gift. Love spoken here. And give her. Thank you, Fawn. That was so thoughtful. She sent me a really sweet a hands to work sampler. And she knows my daughter's expecting, so a little welcome baby and some, just some other little cute Life's a Stitch from Lizzie Kate, a little Halloween, little silly mitten. So thoughtful. But one of the things that she sent me is really cute. She sent me this wallet. It says, "I'd rather be buying cross stitch," which of course I would. However, I have this wallet that I have had a million years that I'm obsessed with, so I know I will never use this adorable wallet. But I really figured that one of y'all out there would like to have this. And since she said it was okay, I'm going to go on and share this with you all. So let's do the regular giveaway rules. You have to be at least 18. Be a subscriber of the channel. Don't say giveaway or anything like that, so we don't have creepers come take the stuff. And with this one, because I can't fold it up and put it in an envelope and get it to someone and make sure it's going to get there and not have to pay a small fortune to it, this one is going to have to be US only. Sorry, guys. Or sorry, y'all. Yeah, so I think if you would like this wallet, I mean, it's brand new. It's got all the foam in it and everything. Super cute. Tell me what you'd rather be doing and use the word rather, R-A-T-H-E-R. And when I come back in a couple weeks, we'll do a drawing for this. And I'm happy to share this with you. And thank you, Fawn, for being so nice and thoughtful and such a sweet stitchy friend. I cannot wait to meet you and Sean in June at StitchCon. It's gonna be a good time. So yes, I had really nice happy stitchy mail. I got one more happy stitchy mail in this past month, and it's from Ari of RETM. And remember how I said I was gonna take my chart and have her sign it? She's like, no, we're gonna give you a certificate of completion. So I got that in the mail, and I could fill the back out. It's so cute. And then she messaged me and she said she was sorry that it had taken her a long time, which, my gosh, not necessary. But she asked me if I would like a set of these floss drops and for which chart I would like them for. And of course, I had all the charts, but I loved these floss drops. These are the ones for Aurora. So when I do Aurora, look at these. Okay. Got the fairy on them. So what RETM is doing now is she's making these kits, and it'll have like the chart and thread drops and just fun stuff in there with it. So go check it out on her website. Look at that one. Isn't that cute? It's called Riverview Stitching because she opened a new LNS. I wish I was local because she is having a sale. I'm not sure when it's ending, but like all of her Kreinik is $1.50, y'all. So if you're close, like get your booty over there because I mean, when does Kreinik go on sale? Never. never, never. So, and Kreinik is one of those things that you need for some of the fancy charts. Kreinik. My aunt was watching the other day and she didn't understand what I was saying when I said Kreinik. So let's just talk about Kreinik. Kreinik is spelled Kreinik, for those of you that don't know, and it is a metallic thread. It's really pretty. It's used in a lot of Mirabilias. It's used in my, I don't know if it was used in that Glendon Place or if that's all Rainbow Gallery, but it's used as like a specialty. It's a specialty floss. Speaking of Kreinik, I bought these scissors, micro serrated scissors on 123 Stitch, because when I saw them on there, I thought, oh, I remember talking to the Kreinik guy, Doug, and he was like, yeah, serrated scissors are good to use with metallic threads. And so I got these. Look how big these are, y'all. So I'm just, you know, word to the wise, maybe read what you're buying, because I just expected to get like these little small scissors with micro serrated blades to use to cut my Kreinik. This is not living in my project bag, these big honkers. I'm sorry. Nah. So, you know, note to self, read what size things are. All right, so that's what Kreinik is. So let's kind of talk about Kreiniks and Mirabilias, and let's talk about something that happened in our community within the last few weeks. There is a store called Fire Poppies. Some of y'all may be familiar with them. They provide great customer service. They are a brick and mortar store. They also sell online. They announced a couple weeks ago that they're going to be closing. And they announced their reasons why. Nothing terrible happened. It was actually really positive stuff for the owner, and they're basically going to get to retire and do what they want to do. So rock on. That's great. Bummer for the community, and I felt bad for her employees. But you know, totally, we understand. Not our business if we don't, but you know what I'm saying. So yay, congratulations. I think all of us would love to, you know, be in a position where we could go on and retire and do all the fun stuff. So what that boils down to, though, is they were selling everything in the store. So they sent this email out and they put it on Instagram, and it gave you very specific rules, you know, starting at 12:01 on this date, this will be 35% off. This would be 40% off. I think most everything now has been sold. You're welcome to go to the website and check it out. I feel like there were some floss left, but they had a tremendous show up of people buying stuff. So what that did for me was, okay, I had already been thinking and talking with Amy and Maggie and buying these out of print mirrors and thinking about the mirrors that I have. Mirabilia uses, or Nora Corbett, when they design, they use Mill Hill beads, they use Kreinik, they use Mill Hill bead treasures, and some of those are getting hard to find. They're not making all of them anymore. And I thought, you know what? I don't know what kind of an opportunity I'm going to have where I could actually access Kreinik and beads at a discount. So I sat down that night before the sale started, and I made a list of all of the Kreinik that I needed, and I made a list of all the beads that I needed. This was no small task, but I thought, you know, let's go, right? So I got my list down, and then I started filling up my cart, because they said you could fill up your cart prior to the midnight sale starting. So I had my cart all filled with what they had available in their store from what I needed, which wasn't everything, but it was a significant amount of things. And so at 12:01, I'm trying to check out. It was like complete madness. I kept getting booted out. And as I'm getting booted out because things that I want to buy have already sold out, I'm having to go back in and pull them out and try again and pull them out and try again. And so it took me about 7 times to check out. And I think I didn't miss out on any of my Kreinik on the front end. But I think it was like 11 beads I missed out on. Somebody else out there, obviously multiple somebodies, probably had the same exact idea I did. So when I got my order in, there were some Kreiniks that either when they went to pull it, they had already sold or their inventory was off. So I was refunded for some of the Kreiniks, but not too many of them. I just want to show you a little peek of these. Look. And Kreinik. Beautiful. I've already put some of them in projects, but I mean, that gives you an idea of, yes, wonderful, wonderful haul. I was also able to pick up a piece of a 32 count 18th century Blackbird. Yep. And I also kitted up a Nora Corbett that called for Classic Color Works. And I kitted up something else that called for Dinky Dies, so because they were on sale as well. So I got a handful of beautiful Dinky Dies. So I feel like I made out like a bandit, to be honest with you. And you know, I've had a good time kind of making sure I've got them all in my inventory, and then I'll be putting them in with their projects very soon. I'm very sad to hear that the store is closing, but happy for Susan and her husband. So, yeah, so I did that. But you're welcome to pop on over there and just see if they have anything left. I mean, they very well might. Excuse me here. So I had that big honking amount of haul. So let's talk about some more haul. I think that's where I'm at. Let's see. Yep. Okay, let's talk about some haul. Let's talk about some haul, some online haul, some Etsy shopping I did, which Etsy's raised their fees again. There are some dates where designers or sellers on Etsy are asking you not to use Etsy to purchase. As a rule, if a person has a website, I do go to their website rather than Etsy. I know that Etsy charges a lot of fees, and so they prefer if we did that. But I bought some patterns from our Ukrainian designer friends that I had floating in my favorites for a while. So I'm going to post some of those up here. Let's start by putting up a few charts that I got from Stitchy Princess. She's Stitchy Princess on Etsy and Stitchy Princess Black, I think, on Instagram. I'll put her information down here. These are a couple cute designs that I purchased from her. And then I had never purchased any of the cute patterns by Maria before. She's a Ukrainian designer as well. And so I went a little bit wild on hers, purchasing hers. I'm going to start popping those up there. One of them that I've been wanting to do forever is the Evening in the Shire. I love that one. I know it's like full of backstitch. I think Katie, Park Hopper Bart's wife, she did that one. I remember on one of their floss tubes. I think it was on one of their floss tubes. I love that one. So I want to work on that one, but she had, like I said, I hope I've just got them popping up here so you can see she had plenty to choose from. I do want to say that Madame Chantilly, I got one of her, it was like a free from her. I really like that one too. So I did get that one as well. Yeah, I think those are all of the Ukrainian designers that I have purchased from recently, popping those up there. Very exciting. Another online purchase. Oh, so Julie, a Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, and Diana of It's Kismet, they got together and Julie designed a really cool Ukrainian chart. I'm going to pop it up here. This was like a direct aid sort of thing. Diana knew someone personally who was really struggling, that was Ukrainian, that had experienced like a loss of a loved one from COVID, and they're, you know, someone, I'm not sure if they were not in touch with someone over there in the Ukraine. And anyway, they were going through a lot of, on top of emotional and physical strife, you know, financial as well. So this was like a direct aid sort of situation where you could purchase this chart from Julie on Julie's Gumroad, and the proceeds went directly to this family. So this was, you can read the whole write-up on Diana or Julie's Instagram. I'm talking about all the symbolism within this chart with the nightingale and the berries and the traditional Ukrainian home. But I love this one. And I'm thinking about all of these Ukrainian designs that I've kind of picked up along the way, as far as like, in support of maybe just stitching them all together. I also picked up, there's a design from Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. I have that one. I have some that I just can't think of right now, but I'm thinking of maybe just doing them all in one piece, or just starting them and kind of just putting them in there together somehow like that, so I can just kind of have them. Oh, Fiddlesticks AU. I bought one for her too. Hers, part of her proceeds went to support something over there in the Ukraine. So I'm gonna pop that one up here. Of course, then I went on Fiddlesticks AU website, which I had never been on before. And I'm just gonna start popping up some of those others that I purchased from her, because They're so cute. I had never really seen her stuff before. I love the Hobbit one and the Merry and Bright Christmas one. There's a Narnia wardrobe one. So many cute ones. So I'll put that information down below too. I had really fun on that site. And also I had a weird thing about downloading mine from FlossTubes.au. Mine kind of like, it was something weird on my end, and I messaged her or them, and they came right back at me and was like, oh, here's this link or whatever, and it was all worked out really fast. So great customer service there. So yes, check these out. Also, my friend Deb of Frog Cottage Designs, she came out with some really cute Easter patterns that are available in a magazine, and I'll pop some pictures in of those, and that information is going to be in my description box as well if you'll check that out. I feel like I haven't been smiling that much because I think I'm overthinking this whole floss tube because I don't want to miss something, and I'm guaranteed I'm going to miss something. Okay, all right. Let's see, what are we going on to next? Let's finish up a little bit of haul. All right, this was definitely treat yourself. Okay. My friend Amy of Fiber Arts, Amy, talked about in one of her floss tubes that she really likes to use the Lone Elm Lane shaker boxes. And I was familiar with the name because I have one chart by Lone Elm Lane. It's really pretty. It's called Snow Angel. Of course, Christmas is my favorite. And what you do is you stitch the chart, and then it actually fits in the top of one of these Lone Elm Lane boxes to finish it. You don't have to, but like that's what it's like designed to fit in, right? And so I was always kind of in the back of my mind like, I need to get one of those boxes, but y'all, they are not cheap. So, you know, it wasn't like something I just wanted to like jump right out and do. And then Amy happened to mention that their website is on a break. And I don't know if it's a break. She didn't want to start any rumors. I don't either, but I don't know if it's a break they're going to come back from or not, right? So I felt like an urgency, like I need to go get what I need to finish this. And so I haven't checked today if they're back from break or not, so they could be. So don't, you know, completely freak out. But I was able to find the size box that I needed from on the Kitten Stitcher website. And so here's my box. Isn't it pretty? It's beautifully made. That's what the inside looks like. All right. I love this detailing. It's got on the bottom. And then the top is where like your stitch piece would go. And these rings come off. And then basically you finish them around the ring and like lace them or whatever. And then they just like set right in top of the box. You can see there's a little, kind of like a little lip there. So I got this box, and then while I was on the website, I got one of these, and this one's called like a pin cushion. And I don't really have anything specifically to go in this, but I thought I might, and black was a good neutral, easy color. And there's a little ring. Super cute, right? Yeah, so that was definitely a treat yourself of the month, for sure, of the year. Yeah, but I'm happy to have them, and now I feel good. Like when I stitched my Snow Angel, I've got a place for her to go. So I ordered, there is a store in Conway, Arkansas called Stitcher's Garden. I was actually on there the other day looking at a few things, and I ordered that little ring on the top. I ordered an extra one of those because I could finish another piece on it, and I could switch it out off the top of my box if I wanted to. So they had very few. They look like they used to have a really wide selection of Lone Elm Lane. Like they had little boxes, and they have like, I don't know, like cigar boxes or something. They have like all different sort of shapes and stuff. I don't think their inventory is quite as full as it once was, because there are things listed on their website that aren't there anymore, but they might have a few things left if you want to check it out on Stitcher's Garden in Conway, Arkansas. And shout out to them, because I ordered some things online, and one of the charts that I ordered, it was like in the clearance section, and then I got a phone call just a few minutes after I placed my order, and they were wanting to know if I wanted the button pack to go with the chart, which I didn't even know there was a button pack to the chart. So absolutely I wanted it, and I appreciate their great customer service calling me. What I found on their website that I've been looking for was the Friendship Green fabric by Fabrics by Stephanie that I want for to start Serena Sprout. So that should be coming any day so I can get started on Serena Sprout. Let's keep working on a little bit of this haul. I'm not going to show you all my haul right now because it's just a little bit much, but I want to show you a few more things. You know, I hinted at some out of print Mirabilias that I was able to get my hands on. So you saw Santa's Magic. Another one that I'm wanting was Adia the Garden Fairy. She's gorgeous. I got her. Then my mermaids that I wanted. Mermaid of the Pearls. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? I have her completely kitted up. I've got all of her DMC. I've got, oh my gosh, I don't know if this stuff's gonna show up well, but I've got her Kreinik, which isn't a ton of Kreinik. She's just got a few, but she has a tons of like beads and she's got all different size pearls. And these beads, like silvery beads, and oh my gosh, look at these little treasures here and that. And then she has this glass heart treasure. That was hard to find. I had to buy that one off eBay. So yeah, Mermaid of the Pearls. She's living in this super cute Garon totem bags. And then my other mermaid that I had been wanting was Waiting for Ships. So once I finish Mermaid of the Pearls, oh my gosh, she's stuck in this bag. Let her out, let her out. What the heck? Okay. She'll get to move into the sea bag. Isn't she pretty? I love her. What I've seen stitched of her, her scales are gorgeous. And I believe it because let me just show you the Kreinik that goes with her. Ooh, it's so pretty. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I can't even hold them right. Oh, what's the problem here? Ooh, that's some pretty stuff right there, y'all. And she has like blue beads and oh, just like all of the good stuff. Pretty little stars. I had to substitute a star out because they didn't have the color anymore, but making it work, making it work. Well, this is what I was talking about. My friends Amy and Maggie being such a good influence. We are enablers for sure. Now these two Mirabilias that are the Mirabilia Norcor Corbett that I picked up are not out of print, but I really wanted this one. This is Mermaid of Atlantis. She's beautiful. And this stinker was so cute, I couldn't resist. Queen Anne's lace. And I was able to kit her up too with the Kreinik and the water lilies. I don't think she has any beads, or maybe I didn't. She does have beads. I think they're in a big bag. So that's why I've been having a lot of fun with that stuff. A lot of fun. A few more things to haul. And then I think we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. This video is long. But this is what happens when I go for a whole month, right? Okay. Got this from Forbidden Fiber Co. This is the Discovery of Witches kit. Isn't it beautiful? Discovery of Witches is a book series by Deborah Hartnett, and they also made a TV show about it, based on it. I don't remember what channel it's on though. Something I think you have to pay for. All right, so Absence and Desire, that's the chart. I love it. It's a bunch of alchemical symbols. And this came with Dovetail is the fabric. And let me show you the colors. We've got Goldfinch, Olympic, Raven, Nightlock, and Holly Holy. Oh, they're so pretty. Twin Mommy Creations provided the needle minder for this. This is Ashmole 782. An important book in the books. Yes, so I was excited to get this little kit. I love it. Good job, LeAnn. It's so cute. I love this project bag. Of course, she's got a Yellowstone kit coming out that I'm looking forward to receiving. I don't know if you can scan that from your phone, but if you can, go check that out. I'm not sure if they're still available, if she's through selling them, but I'm looking forward to getting that Yellowstone kit from her. Okay, and then I had a few fabrics of the month I wanted to share. Another Forbidden Fiber code. This is called Celadon. I think it's like Celadon porcelain. You know, it's that pretty green color. It's beautiful. I love it. And then I had been missing my Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers fabric. And so I contacted her, and I seem to have a problem with the Constant Contact, I think, is the email server thing that they use. For some reason, it doesn't like my email. So she tries to email me and say, hey, or she emails me and says, hey, like 32 counts on back order. Do you want something else? And I don't get it. It goes into La La Land, wherever. So when I finally noticed, then I reach out to her. And so I switched to 36 count until her 32 count gets back rolling. So we've got January, a very periwinter, pretty. And then I've got Silver Moon. That was February's color of the month. And then I've got Chai Love You for March. I love Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Fabric is gorgeous. So is LeAnn's fabric of the month. Very pretty. And I'll show you one more monthly subscription I got. Aren't these so cute? This is our April Gear-On Totem Bags bag of the month. I love these bunnies. And look at this, y'all. Amazing. I love the jelly beans. They're so good. So good. Love them so much. So I think that's it, y'all. If I missed something, I'm sorry. I feel like I can't even hardly talk. My mouth is dry. I feel like I rushed through a bunch of stuff. But hey, I feel like a month is definitely too long. I'm sorry I went that long with market and then the market recap and then a lot of work. It just took me that long to get back to y'all. So I'll see you in a couple weeks. I hope everything is going well. I hope you have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate. I hope weather is looking up for you all. We had snowflakes around here a couple days ago and it's 80 today. So it's just spring being spring. So yeah, so if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, comment. I love reading your comments. I really enjoy them. Don't forget about that giveaway. If you want the I'd rather be cross stitching, go on and comment something with rather in there. Go check out my new friends, Maggie, Kitschy WIPS, and Amy Fiber Arts. Oh my gosh, here I go about forgetting this huge thing. I told y'all I was about to forget something so big. Okay, Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. She charted this amazing reproduction sampler. Thurza Priscilla Dawes, 1870. If you've been on my Instagram, you've seen I'm trying to decide which way I want to stitch it. Bright to match the back, or muted to match the aged front. Everybody voted bright. I'm kind of on the bright train too. I'm thinking bright on like a muted background, a little bit like a dark, like a brownish background. That's kind of what I'm thinking of going for. I cannot believe I forgot this. Anyway, I'm so excited for her. As a friend, I'm like super like proud and super excited for her. It was a ton of work. Go check out her FlossTube. Colorado girl, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. If you go check out her FlossTube, she had just recently put one out, I think on Friday, that talks all about her beautiful masterpiece. And you will be seeing it stitched on my channel soon because I am excited to start that. So congratulations, Julie. Super excited for you. I think that's everything. I knew I was forgetting something. That's just kind of how that stuff goes. Anyway, you all have a good next couple of weeks. I will see you soon and take care. Thanks for watching.